Hold on.
I got all the mirrors. What could be a better interview than being here with Orleans right here on WPAT Radio? We're live, local, international on WPAT930am.com. I'd like to take this moment to introduce a wonderful group, forever. They've been all around forever. Lance Hoffman, and almost forever, right? And Orleans is here. Lance Hoffman, Loretta Lane, Charlie Morgan, Charlie Fly. So you're involved with this great tour. Tell us a little bit about this tour tonight. I know you're playing for the entire all of the groups that are here tonight, which are 7.
Right, it's called Sail Rock Tour 2013, and it's the first summer of this kind of thing for us anyway. And Orleans is the house band. We get to play not only our own hits, but we back up all the rest of the acts. And as you probably know, Christopher Cross, Firefall, Gary Wright, Bobby Dupree, Coley, player, and Charlie and I had a rhythm section, drums and bass, and we're up there.
Paul never leaves the stage. What do you like most about what you've been doing lately in the last week or so? Would you say, Charlie?
I think the variety is just a variation of what we're doing. Everything we're doing is a hit. I mean, nothing but hits. It's great fun.
And you keep that sort of vitality going, right, Lance, for so many years, and just continues. You just flew in from Nashville, now you're here, and then you're off.
Yeah, we're actually out here for like 2 weeks solid, 2 days off, and another week solid. It's like a real tour, even, almost.
It is. It's called the Sail Tour. And how do they develop the word sail?
Well, yacht rock was used, so it's sail rock. It kind of alludes to that summertime, 70s soft rock kind of thing.
What do you like most about what you do, Fly?
Audience. Always the audience to me. What adoring, loving crowds we've been playing to. Incredible. They know all the words. You can see them all out there singing every single word, the second verses and everything, not just the choruses. They know it all. They know the chorus.
Some of them even know the bridges.
I know.
In fact, the other night when Johnny from Firefall accidentally sang the second verse of one of their songs first, the people were out there going, no,
that's what you call a great audience. They've been loving it, and that's what always tickles me.
Any story you could tell us, any of you guys, about some of the early days of Orleans or some of the later days of Orleans, or something that comes to mind as we sit here today that you haven't been asked maybe before in another interview, and even if that's too broad of a question, we narrow that down. We can narrow it down to the point of, who are some of the people, not only in this industry, who has inspired you, or some of your friends, or some of the people that you play with, but it's just an interesting story you could tell us a little bit, either about the group tonight, or about any of the other people that come to your mind right now, guys?
Well, this is like year 41, and the original band was John and me and Larry Wells. And Larry and Wells are deceased, obviously, at this point, so they can't make any of the gigs anymore. But there's been many incarnations of the band along the way, and actually we're just about to come out with a compilation disc, and it's called the subtitle is The 40-Year Journey. So it has pictures of each and every guy who's played in the band, and a little story about the evolution of the various versions. So there's about, 15 alumni or something.
It's great history here. This is definitely worth several volumes of many books and articles, and I'm sure. And if you are writing a book, that would be great.
Well, I thought I had, I know there's a book in me, but I can't remember what it is. That's the problem.
Another gentleman earlier said that he needs help with the ending, but if I need help at the beginning, I know my friend Brad over there, he loves to go to every rock and roll concert in the United States, and I'm sure Brad Willinger is a great friend of mine from the 1980s. We worked in radio almost 25 years ago, so I'm sure you probably have a comment or a question about this wonderful group, Orleans.
Well, I mean, how has it been, since Larry passed away? How has it been, the transition in terms of using vocals that he did?
It's difficult. I mean, so Larry just suddenly was gone, and we had a bunch of dates to continue to do. it was a personal, family tragedy, and not just our family of origin, but our larger family, the band and such. And we all had to think on our feet, and I had to decide quickly, continue, don't continue, and we did. So we got to keep going. And then all the troops rallied, and everyone pitched in, and the hall came back. There was suddenly a big space to fill. And so we picked up that and kind of chugged along. But we've had to break up, we've had to divvy up Larry's workload amongst us to carry it because it was so big. And I get the dubious privilege of singing Love Takes Time every night. It's really hard. It's really hard. And Fly sings Still the One, which I can't sing. It's just too high. And so we spread it around, and that's how we made it work.
Might I say, as something of a kind of third-party observer, I was, when this was first suggested, I was nothing short of amazed at how well these guys all filled the big shoes that they had. Big bouncy shoes. But I was sitting there, the first one or two gigs that we were doing, I was sitting there going, wow, this is going to work. This is working.
But it is tough.
Yeah, he's sorely missed, and we had to lose some stuff that we just can't be doing. Hungry now, what we can do. And of course, we must play the hits, and we have to figure out how to do it, pretty authentically and successfully. So we've got that pretty much under control now, and now it's time to try to grow into the future, not just.
Any other music that you'd like to talk about that may be coming out eventually, or things that you're working on now, or a website, or something?
Well, John and I have already written a new tune together. We haven't put it together with the band yet. I have some ideas on how I think we can really incorporate the Orleans sound to it. And there are other songs that are floating around, and other ideas that are floating around right now. Do we know if we're going to record or, how we're going to work that? But it's just conjecture.
Who's your favorite Fly? Who's your favorite rock and roll singer growing up?
Oh my God, that's it's tough because I like so many kinds of music. My favorite rock and roll singer is Tony Bennett. I like Elvis. I like John Lennon. I like Paul Bobby, the blues.
Is there anything that I haven't asked you at this point that you may want to ask me or share with our audience, or a question that hasn't been asked so far?
I don't know.
Can't answer the question that hasn't been asked.
That's hard.
Don't ask me why I
make up a question.
Is there something regarding tonight's great event that brings some memories, or something to you, that from some other earlier concert or some other venue that you played somewhere else?
This is actually the first indoor show we've done on the whole tour, isn't it?
Yeah, everything's been outdoors.
And also,
and some of it in kind of, dusty weather.
It's like coming here, these guys are born and raised in Long Island, okay? I'm from Boston area, and so we've been like breezing through the Midwest and coming back here. So I mentioned to Wayne earlier today, it's almost like coming home. You feel the culture, the local culture. We went to a tremendous diner today. It was like,
what was the name of the diner?
The Whoopie.
World class. It was great. You can't find that in some other parts of the country.
You ever played a place called the Bull Run in Shirley, Mass?
Oh yeah, I've played there many times.
You played there too?
We played there once or twice.
Really? I played there with James Montgomery.
James Montgomery. Have you missed any of the works of Muddy Waters?
Oh yeah. We sure did.
Well, any questions, Brad? You have a comment?
The dates that are coming up with it.
Oh, yeah, certainly. The dates that are coming up for other concerts or other tours, or your website you'd like to share with us.
Yeah, you can find out more than you want to know about Orleans on Orleans Online, orleansonline.com, and all the tour dates. As they come up are posted, and there's a lot of history there. Things for sale, email list to be on to, occasionally actually write something and try to keep people informed. But
You have a blog too?
Yeah, I have a blog, and once in a while write something from the road. You know, we were at the Macaroni Grill the other night here, and they bring you crayons.
Well, Brad likes that.
They bring you crayons to draw on the table, and John Martley in Carfall is an artist of sorts. So he started sketching Charlie, who was sitting across the table. And before it was done, he had sketched in caricature the entire entourage. So then, they had pictures of it, and we cut it out and rolled it up. But anyway, that's the subject of a blog.
Maybe you could give your phone, maybe give a picture of your phone, we could put that on YouTube, that would be interesting. Just that moment in response.
Give me an email to send it to us.
Absolutely, we'd love to see that.
John is actually making some enhancements.
I told my wife.
We went to Macaroni Grill last night, and he took with him an entire handful of new crayons to go back to his bedroom to.
That's good, art and music. It's a great connection between
He's a pretty good artist.
art and music, right?
I told my wife about that in the restaurant on the phone. She said, you know, if you go to his site, which apparently she had done, and I hadn't, you're going to find that he's a serious artist. He's got some serious work.
Yeah, well, yeah, pictures on his iPhone, I think they've done.
Yeah, well, he was complaining about how in Colorado the art galleries want 60% of your, he said that, I had something on sale for $900, and I'd done $100 worth of gasoline to travel, and he said I ended up getting $120 for my painting, and they charged me for the frame, they charged all the commission, but he said by the time I finished I had $120, so I better go back to rock and roll.
Yeah, right. He said, what's an interesting television or radio show that you've done that you would recall right now that made it interesting?
Well, I was just telling somebody that there's a YouTube up where we discovered Orleans playing Still the One.